Now's the fun part.
Take a piece of notebook paper and begin copying down each word and phrase you collected during your observation. I like to check off each one after I add it to the list so I don't repeat or miss any. When you've reached the end of the page, draw a line down the page to the right of your list so the words are all separated into their own column. You can set your web aside now. Now, at the top of the paper, write down the name of a topic you'd like to write about. Perhaps you have a school assignment, you want to write a song, or you would just like to write a really thoughtful letter to a friend. I want to write a short story about my year working at Lincoln, so I'll be focusing on Lincoln School for my topic. My topic is a place, but yours might be a person, an event, an experience, or anything else. Now, we're going to read through our list of words and phrases, but this time with our writing topic in mind. This step is like a game of memory. Try to fit each word or phrase from your list into your topic somehow. For example, how might I fit the idea of summer into something from my memory of Lincoln School? Well, one day in Miss Kofffel's class, we learned about seasons and the weather, so I'll jot that down. Squirrels. Sometimes I see those during my walk to school, so I'll jot that down. What's something that's old-fashioned? Well, I guess the auditorium kind of looks like a fancy old theater, so I'll put that down. Some will be easier than others. I usually start out by jotting down what I can and skipping any that aren't coming to me immediately. Now, let's take some time with the words we still have left. We've got buzz, ringing, honey, fuzzy. Let's start with buzz. What at Lincoln buzzes? Well, let's see. There's the teacher's timer at the end of quiet time. Busy students buzz around the room. And there's that side door by the cafeteria. Choose your favorite. I think I like busy students. and record it next to the word buzz on your list. Let's try ringing. What at Lincoln rings? There's the phone and the morning bell. Again, take the best one and record it next to the word ringing in your list. Now, how about climb? What climbs? It can be something that climbs up, down, or over. It doesn't matter. Some words will just seem way too random to fit into your topic. But fear not, you can expand upon those words. Take honey. I've never seen packets of honey in the cafeteria, and I've never brought any into school from home. Well, what do I think of when I think of honey? The first two things that come to mind are sweet and sticky. Let's see what we can do with those words. What at Lincoln is sweet? What tastes sweet? What else is sweet? Anything sticky? Well, there was that project in art class. And that situation at recess. You can almost always find in your list of words some that can mean more than one thing, depending on the context. For example, fuzzy can be a texture, of course, but can also refer to something that's unclear, like a fuzzy image on the computer screen, or an old memory you can barely recall. Fuzzy can even be used to describe a happy feeling. Now, how about sting? Something can sting in a physical way, but in an emotional way too, especially when we feel abandoned or betrayed by someone we trusted. Now let's review some of the best tricks for making an association between two different things. We can play I spy, expand upon the word, look for alternative definitions, or my favorite, drawing up a Venn diagram. We use Venn diagrams to consider what traits two separate things have in common. You can compare one of your observations to your topic in general, or to a more specific subject within your topic. After some thought, I found bee colonies and the Lincoln student body are both hardworking, cooperative, and organized. Now, on your second piece of notebook paper, we have a clean slate and have plenty of space to copy down in nice full sentences a couple of the connections we made. Choose your favorite ones.